Okay, back again. As I'd mentioned earlier to all of you, that I'll be back when I have some more updates. The first video that we did around 11 o'clock, we did tell you that Ravichandran Ashwin has withdrawn from the test squad in the ongoing India versus England series because of family reasons. There were two questions at the moment. What could have been the emergency? That was question number one that all of you had on your minds. And the next one was whether a substitute will be allowed or not. And those are things for which I think I'll have much more clearer answers for you now. And that is the purpose of the video. Firstly, what's the emergency? It was mentioned that it's a family emergency. Now what we're getting to hear is that he's gone to attend to his mother. So the medical emergency is pertaining to his mother. We're only saying that after we've got some sort of confirmation, because earlier there were a lot of speculations about a few other family members of his, but we refrained from taking any name in particular. But now we've learned that it is to attend to his mother. And it is a medical emergency, which is why he's leaving Rajkot, or probably has already left Rajkot for his residence in Chennai. So he's ruled out of this test match 100%, but he's withdrawn his name from the squad, which is an indication that we have no idea whether he's going to be available for the remaining two tests. Of course, India is what we're getting to hear. The BCCI maybe naming a replacement for him in the coming days. Now to the other question for which a lot of you wanted answers for was whether he will be allowed a substitute, whether the Indian team will be allowed a substitute or not. And there were speculations that in emergency situation and unforeseen circumstances, as it is right now in Ravichandran Ashwin's case, maybe you ask the opposition team, and if they allow, then you get a substitute. But what I'm now, after going through a lot of the laws of the game, what I'm now concluding is that in all likelihood, India will not be getting a substitute. So for all practical purposes, India are going to be playing with just 10 players in this test match. When I say 10 players, 10 players available for bowling and 10 players that will be available for batting. So, it's when it's 10 down, the innings is over. Here it's going to be 9 down and the innings is going to be over for India. That's what's going to happen. You cannot have a like-for-like replacement. Those like-for-like replacements, that provision is only available in cricket on two counts. One, it was because of a concussion, and secondly, if there was a COVID-19 scenario where a player had corona at that time. So those were the only two provisions that were made, that for corona, for COVID-19, as well as a concussion, you could get a like-for-like replacement. There is no provision in the law books to get a replacement if a player has to leave the test match midway because of an emergency to him or any one of his family members. So for all practical purposes, India will have to be playing with 10 men. That is what you can conclude. As I said, I remember the only other cricketer leaving a test match in the middle, Gordon Greenwich, did that on an India tour because his daughter had fallen ill, and to attend to her, he had left it in the middle of a test match. You've had players leave in the middle of a tour, but middle of a test match, I can't remember of too many instances that have happened before. And on that occasion, as far as I understand, West Indies would have to play with 10 men, and I think that rule would continue. So you're not going to get a like-for-like substitute. There were a few comments earlier as well that even if the rule existed, it may not be fair because certain times teams can use that to their advantage as well to change a player. And probably that's why the rule doesn't exist. But this is not the time to be arguing over this. I'm just putting the rules out for you. All I can say is that our thoughts and prayers are with Ravichandran Ashwin. Imagine this was probably one of the best days of his life in his cricketing career. Gets to that landmark 500 wickets. A few hours ago, he was speaking to the press, talking about how England have been batting so well. All of us would have been looking forward to seeing an Ashwin bowl, and it would have been a fascinating contest because he was complimenting the England team all right, but you knew a player like Ravichandran Ashwin, his mind always ticking, would have gone back tonight, tried to have come up with different plans for the English batters tomorrow. English batters playing the baseball way would have made for a very interesting contest between the bat and the ball, but unfortunately now we're not going to be seeing that contest. You knew how deadly he could have been today as well, picked up that one very important wicket and also could have had the second wicket. It was a close call for Duckett right at the end of the day's play. So it would have been interesting to see, but as I said, this is not the time. The BCCI has said that they are there to support him in this time, backing Ravichandran Ashwin fully, and I'm sure I say it for all the fans there that everyone's thoughts are going to be with Ravichandran Ashwin and hoping that his mum recovers from whatever she's ailing from at the moment. She's gone to attend he's gone to attend to his mother, and in a way, a sports fan says that in comparison to what Ravichandran Ashwin may be dealing, match strategies and how that impacts the match just become irrelevant. Absolutely right on that. But just because a lot of you had asked me that question with regards to substitute and what was the reason why it pulled out, as soon as I gathered some information, I thought I must come back live and share it with all of you. For those of you who haven't been able to read the release, because I had it, so let me share it with you once more. It said that the BCCI extends its heartfelt support to the champion cricketer and his family. The health and well-being of the players and their loved ones are of utmost importance. The board requests respect for his privacy and his family as they navigate through these challenging times. The board will continue to provide any necessary assistance to Ashwin, and the lines of communication will be open for him, and they'll offer all his support. And the team and the Indian team appreciates the understanding and empathy of the fans and media during this sensitive period. So that is what they had said, and those are the latest updates I had in terms of what really the issue is and whether a substitute would be allowed or not. For the moment, Nikhil Nas signing off. You have a good night. Tomorrow is another day. India 1 man down. They'll have to play with 10 men. But yeah, just a reminder, 10 men available for bowling, though not all 10 bowl. But I'm just saying options for bowling will be restricted to those 10 men minus Ashwin. And for batting also, you'll have 10 batters available. So as soon as India is 9 down, their innings will be over. For the fielder, of course, a substitute will be allowed. There are various clauses present there, and one of them does suggest to some sort of unforeseen circumstances, and I think that may come into play. So you will definitely get a substitute fielder, India will get, but not a substitute for bowling as well as batting. Take care, all of you. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. I'll catch you at lunchtime, by which time a session would be done. The test match, the third test match, is right now at a very interesting moment, and it could go either ways. India with 445, England fighting back 200 plus with just 2 wickets down. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.